man? How are you doing?
I'm just a bowl full of joy, man. It's Halloween season.
It is, man. It is,
Yeah.
dude. I'm very, very excited. This week, actually, I think it's October 12th through
Yeah.
like that Monday. We're going to be at Universal Orlando for Halloween Horror Nights, which is something
Oh,
that we do as Freemans every year. We love going down to Orlando from North Carolina, where we live. I know you're in Texas, but if you ever get a chance, Rotten, Halloween Horror Nights is good. And this year, it's like Stranger Things 4, so they got Vecna and all that stuff, and then they've got
okay.
The Exorcist Believer. But when you go in these haunted houses, it's the people making the movies doing the houses. So when you go in the Exorcist thing, it's like real deal. I mean, they're really, really good.
Does Disney own The Exorcist now too?
No, still Universal Pictures.
Oh, Universal. Okay, so I was getting those cross contamination with evil there. So that's pretty cool, though, man.
Yeah, well, when you go down there, Disney still owns Marvel, but Universal has the Marvel land. So I don't know all the politics about it, but the horror part is phenomenal. We went today to see the new Exorcist movie, so I would be familiar with the house whenever we go through it. And dude, I was kind of impressed with that movie, man. I know everybody's a fan of The Exorcist, and I really enjoyed the new one, man. They done good on the makeup. They done good on the acting. They done, even the woman voice speaking Latin like Reagan used to do.
Right.
It was, they'll never beat the original Exorcist. You got to throw that out the window. That's just, you can't even go there. So you got to go in this movie thinking, you know what? You can't beat the original Exorcist, but let's watch it. But we were entertained. The wife cried a lot. There was cried at The Exorcist. We jumped a lot, and we were entertained, man. And that's all that matters when you go see a film. Are you entertained or are you not entertained?
Did it make you feel evil?
It did.
It did?
It did. And the thing that I like about it is in the original, if you watch the original Exorcist.
Which I can't.
It's she It's real slow. And there's levels to the possession. Like, she pees on the floor, then she walks down the steps backwards and builds up to it. She has a little scratch. And they've done that in this film, dude. It's a 2-hour film, but they didn't rush the possession at all. It was in levels, just like the original. And the makeup was done good, dude. I think the girls look just as scary. When you see the trailer on TV, it kind of has that soap opera effect. When they're like, body in the blood. I was like, man, that looks cheesy. But on the silver screen, it didn't have that cheesy soap opera effect. It was really good.
Do you think that you are less affected by these horror movies because you're in entertainment and you think about how much work goes into the makeup and the acting and behind the camera kind of stuff? Or do you think that you are just as affected as a fan of horror, but going in because you said you made you feel kind of evil, right? What was it that made you feel that way?
It was, I think whenever I go see movies and it's dealing with religion, the devil, there's evils and there's all this made up stuff. But when you're talking about the devil and Christian and things like that, it's just a different vibe. It's there's more realism to it. I know it's a movie, but heaven and hell, I'm a Christian. Yeah. And
it's creepy.
It's creepy. Especially whenever like Reagan, would just be like, F God and this and all the harsh stuff. They brought all that to the Exorcist Believer. The girls really felt evil. Like whenever you thought there was gonna be a curving moment and the girl would say hug her dad or something. Yeah, no, it just got worse, man. They were evil in this movie.
What kind of music was with it? Was it that low droning single note? Dun, dun. Like what was
it? Was actually the piano, like from the original Exorcist. So it had that vibe to it. And the mom from the Exorcist is in the film too, and there's a couple of surprises all through it. But
spoilers. Give me some spoilers.
All right. Well, I'll give people a chance to turn it off.
I'm a spoiler fan.
Yeah.
So if it was a football team, I would root for the spoilers team.
Yeah. So if you don't want a quick spoiler, just double tap the right side of the screen and it will fast forward you over. Sorry, my eyes are watering for some reason.
Evil made you cry, man. That's why I can't watch that movie.
But here's a spoiler. If you want a spoiler, Linda Blair does show up at the end. So it was kind of icing on the cake because everybody's a fan of The Exorcist, whether you like it or don't like it. The Exorcist.
Yeah.
And for Linda Blair to show up at the end, she was kind of a lost cause all through the movie with the mom story, and she shows up at the end, and it was rewarding. It was kind of like
I don't know if I could watch it.
It's good, man.
It's little kids, dude, saying "F God." It's like that jacks me up.
Yeah, you're right. Look, we'll cry now, but my eyes are watering.
Now you got evil in your home. So think about how many times they had to do retakes, right? How many times did they have to say "F God" to get the right take? Little kids doing that. I was like, I don't know. I'll try to do it, but
and they start the movie off. They're such the sweetest kids ever, and it's it starts off violent, and then it goes 13 years later, right? And it's showing these two little girls, but they're very Christian, and it's the most Christian of Christian families.
Sure.
Of one of the girls, because there's two girls that are possessed in this movie, and the white girl, the Caucasian girl, they're the people that were all about repenting and body and the blood and the bread and like Catholics, but it was very dark, man. It was very dark on the language that they used against religion. It was almost sacrilegious at times,
but pretty real. Like you can tell it was speaking to today's people, like how blasphemous today's people are.
Yeah, because if you remember in the original Exorcist, she was a sweet little girl, and then she just gradually got evil, man. But her acting done it well, and these little girls were the same way. You're like, man, she really looks like she's mad and evil and stuff like that. So the girls' acting is good. I've seen a lot of downfall of reviews of this movie, but I got to say, I personally liked it. I was entertained. I liked that they went slow. There was no rush in it, and there were levels to the possession.
Right. So what are you going to look forward to when you go see it at Universal? Is there parts of the room or different atmospheres in the movie that you're hoping to see?
I'm curious to see, because they're such into detail with Universal Halloween Horror Nights, the way that their feet look. Because when they started being possessed in this movie, their feet started burning because they didn't realize that the girls had disappeared and kind of went to hell. So the toenails start falling off, and it's real detailed with the makeup, man.
Okay.
Like Walking Dead zombie detail, of stuff like that. But I was entertained, and sorry if I spoiled anything.
No,
but I'm really looking forward. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Universal Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando this weekend. So hit me up, Freeman 85 everywhere if you're in the area, or if you're at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah,
so
for sure. That's going to be
a good time.
What other things are there that you'll be able to see?
I'm trying to think of all the stuff. We've been the last 3 or 4 years.
Like, is The Walking Dead a staple? Is there some alien stuff there?
Nah, The Walking Dead, they've done things with The Walking Dead there, but sometimes it might be like killer clones from outer space. And Universal owns all the Universal Monster Pictures, so there's always like a Universal Monsters house. A lot of times there's like Beetlejuice. But like it's stepping like right on the sets of Beetlejuice, and the actors are there. So they're real strict on cameras. So unless you have 10 million followers, they're like no camera, no phones, nothing allowed, or they kick you out.
Oh my God!
But you would think that they would want people recording it to share the love of what they're doing. Because I would mass share the stuff on our channel.
I know it's weird because I can go to YouTube right now and get clips that Universal put out to share a glimpse of what they'll see and experience when they get there, right? And that's enough.
Exactly.
That's enough. But I don't know. It's kind of weird to tell somebody you cannot use your phone in here because it's like, come on.
But it's crazy. I would send videos. Maybe we could do a collage of videos that I take and put on the channel.
Sure.
Right in the Freeman Show, because we go every year. We went the first year, and I think it's like going to Disney World the first time, because every year it's new houses. They'll have like 10 new houses. Wow. And we always, a lot of the houses are like 3-hour waits to get in.
Jeez.
But we buy the VIP where we get to skip all the lines and stuff. So,
and you just walk right in?
Well, sometimes it's like a 15-minute wait, but it's definitely not a 3-hour wait. There's no way you could do all 10 houses on a regular ticket.
Oh, really? And are they straight up haunted houses? Like you get chased with chainsaws and stuff?
Oh, yeah. And you know, those big, I don't know if you've ever been to Universal Studios, but those sound stages are so massive.
Yeah.
And each sound stage is like a house. So, but some of the coolest ones that I've seen was Captain Spaulding's Fried Chicken Place for House of 1,000 Corpses. We've done Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And it was just like stepping, you know, we got pictures with the clowns. And it was like the exact clowns from the movie. I mean, they were everything around their mouths moved, cartoony, and it was just excellent.
I love that stuff, man. I love all the work that goes into it. Me and my wife, you know, we watch a lot of horror movies, and Halloween is one of our favorite times of year because we get to get creative and get out there and do stuff. I have a lot of people in the neighborhood that roll their eyes at me because I'm that creepy house on the corner. But
your house looks amazing this year, Rotten.
Dude,
you need to post some pictures right here, right now.
I will. I'll put some pictures up on the show. But it's fun to do because the whole community kind of gets together and asks me, what are you guys going to do this year? And we have our front patio set up to where there's a big blanket drop down. It's not a blanket. It's more like a painter's tarp or something like that. But we dyed it and sprayed it to make it look creepy. I mean, it's creepy. And so every year we have a different display inside our front porch area. And everybody always wants to know what's behind the curtain this year. And so it's kind of building up. We've got tombstones that we're putting up in the yard and, you know, skeletons hanging from the trees. And I think we'll do a couple dead bodies hanging from the trees this year too. So we're pretty excited for that.
We love Halloween, and it's like, and the closer we get to Halloween, I'll talk more about the traditions that we do. We'll have to do a show on that. But I got a big tree in front of my house that blocks the whole dang house that I need to have chopped down because we put up decorations, but our tree blocks a lot of things. But on Halloween night, man, we throw down, dude. I get out my DJ speakers, fog machines, all the DJ stuff.
Wow.
And the thing last year that we did was we set up a clown tent. We're all dressed like clowns with bats and stuff. But my neighbors figured out last year to scare the kids. They got a bunch of old gas cans and filled them up with water. So when families would walk up, they would start pouring the water out, just staring at them. And that's kind of creepy, man.
That is kind of creepy.
So if you guys have a lot of kids there, dude, that trick right there, just filling it up with water and act like you're pouring gas out.
That might get the law called on you down here.
Dude. I mean, the families absolutely loved it, man. It just added to it. So now they bust kids in just for our court. We're the center house on the court, but all of our neighbors are out front, and it's just chaos, man. It's like our cul-de-sac on Halloween is like when you watch E.T. and all the kids are in the neighborhood, dude. So
isn't that cool?
I'm looking forward to it.
You have a Spielberg home.
I wish, but I always think of E.T. whenever I'm thinking about that, or you know, when you're watching movies,
Poltergeist or something like that.
Poltergeist, and all the kids are everywhere, dude. So it's always a good time. But your house, man, you need to post some pictures here of your house because you guys went way overboard in an awesome way.
Not year.
Overboard. That's not the word to use. Your house is amazing, Rotten.
Every year we start October 1st. And we get kind of a plan together, and then we go to the dollar store and get all the cheapest stuff we can buy.
The dollar store is amazing stuff.
Everything, dude, everything is there, and we get creative and make it look really spooky. I mean, it's scary. There's some people that won't even walk up on the front steps. They won't do it. But we give the full size candy bars up there just for people that want to come to the house, and then we give the small candy, little snack candy down on the driveway. So
I'm gonna come to Texas just to get my candy bar, right,
dude. Full size candy bars. But Halloween is a great time of year for us, and there's a lot of tradition behind it. And it gets pretty dark the deeper I dig. And so as the month goes, we'll have some more episodes that come out to talk about some of those weird cultish, really dark things that happen for this whole month. And astrology kind of ties into it in a weird way. Weather ties into it in a weird way. And there's all kinds of weird seance-y things that I want to kind of bring in as the month folds out. So come back because it's going to be a fun
Yeah,
a fun month.
We need to do an episode also of our top 5 horror movies, because there's a lot of surprises on mine, like Monster House, and
that's a good movie.
Yeah, Monster House, the animated movie, is a really good, creepy, scary movie, and it's an animated movie. So
that's your favorite horror movie?
No, it's not my favorite horror movie, but Halloween time movie. It's not my favorite, but we need to do our top 5 best Halloween films. And Halloween is, I think, a little bit different from horror because it's kind of themed, that way. Like E.T. or there's a lot. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Do you like Monster House better than Nightmare Before Christmas?
I honestly 100% love Monster House more than A Nightmare Before Christmas. I love the songs in A Nightmare Before Christmas, but the creepiness, man, of Monster House, and then it's just an evil movie, dude, and it's a cartoon. It's great. If you haven't seen
Monster House is kind of one of those Spielbergy feeling movies. It's got the little kids, and they talk about the creepy house that you're not supposed to come close to. That is an excellent. Yeah, get off my lawn. That's a good show. Yeah, but well said.
The house is definitely evil in that movie for an animated movie. But we're going to be talking a lot more Halloween stuff. I know it's like a seasonal thing. Sometimes people pop up on June for YouTube and don't want to see the stuff. But we're all about horror here on Rotten and the Freeman Show. But Mr. Rotten, where can people find you, buddy?
Please find me on X. I'm at Eddie Rotten, at Rotten Freeman, and find me on Facebook.
Got you. And you can find me on X. X to the Z. I am at Freeman Daddy 5 on Instagram, at Freeman Daddy 5, and then Sean Freeman 47 on TikTok. So add me to all them places. And be sure to subscribe everywhere. We're trying to get all of our stuff on all the audio platforms. Rotten has gotten us on Spotify. Entered us to iHeartRadio. Apple's kind of a challenge. I can't figure it out. I checked today. It's still not up. So, but on behalf of Mr. Eddie Rotten, myself, Freeman Daddy 5, we call this episode a wrap. Dude, that was fun.
It was.